Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And tonight our question comes to us from John Kennedy. And John has a question about the term Pixieled. And he explains this term in this way. The idea of being Pixieled is when a person enters a forest with which they are very familiar and have been in many times, yet become completely disoriented and lost. The idea being that they're being disoriented by the fae or the fairies or the pixies or however you want to describe them. And John says that he is familiar with this idea from England and parts of Europe, but that has not heard of it in terms of North America, and he would like to know if I have. And my answer is, oh yes, I definitely have. And what is that? Why, that's the sound of Corellians laughing. But we'll come back to that. First, we'll give you the orthodox answer to this question, which is, yes, this is very much something that you do encounter in Native American mythology. Usually, just as in the European versions, it is a story of crossing over into the land of the spirits. In European terms, you might say the land of the fairies. In Native American terms, it's usually some sort of animal. And you'll find this phenomenon connected with the idea of a visit to the land of the bear people or the snake people or various other animals in different parts of pre-Columbian America. And basically, the protagonist enters the forest, even though they've been there all their lives, but becomes disoriented and finds himself in a different place, subject to different rules of time. And this, of course, is also a quality of European fairyland. So basically, this idea is crossing over into the spirit world. Now, why are there Corellians laughing in the background? There aren't literally Corellians laughing in the background, but I'm sure there will be some when they see this video. And that's because of something that used to be called the travel curse. And you know, I had never thought of it in these terms until tonight. But for many years I was subject to something called the travel curse. In those days I drove extensively, something I only do occasionally now. And every now and then, a couple of times a year, on roads I was completely familiar with, I would become unutterably lost. I might be lost for hours, making wrong turns, going to places that I logically should not have ended up in, and nothing I could do could seem to shorten this process. And eventually I would get where I needed to be. And this was a source of great amusement to people who knew me, and much less amusement to people who might be riding with me. But thinking about it tonight, it's kind of the same thing. When you're in a place that you have been many times, and yet it's different, and you find yourself unable to go where you should logically be easily able to go, you have crossed some sort of barrier. Now, I did not, for the most part, have any remarkable experiences in this, but working with spirits as I do, I was having remarkable experiences quite regularly. But this is something that happened, and it occurs to me that it's basically the same phenomenon, although in a very urban setting. So I would say to you that not only does this happen in North America, but it's not just in the forest. So those would be my thoughts. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Please join me for our Corellian peace prayer. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability. I pray for the nation where I live. I pray for the world.